Hey girls and guys and girls, so I may have a few videos to place on here today, so bear with me, but take what's yours, okay, and what's not just isn't yours. And if it's not your time, it's not your time, okay. But I've got to get them out, because if I don't get them out, I feel like he's not going to give me any more right now, because the dreams are getting less and less detailed at the moment, and that happens when he's giving me a whole bunch. Okay, so from day to day he's just been downloading the dreams into me. So this is another dream that he gave me. Okay, so in the dream I burnt my middle finger and I had banged my lip. I couldn't remember how this had happened, all right, but I remember walking into the hospital, looked like a hospital, and there was two nurses there, and I went to leave because the woman had said that I was okay, but then one of them said to come back, and to come back in at a certain time, right, and she gave me the two times, and one of them was early, which was between 1 and 3, okay, and the later one was like, I'm sure, 8 to 11. You can look those numbers up, they might be relevant to somebody right now. Obviously I have the numbers written down biblically and what the numbers mean, etc, etc, but that's for you to decide. So 1, unity; 3 is divine completeness, Godhead, Trinity. Can I remember the other ones that I listed with 3? Not at the moment. 6 is 6 love. I think 6 was love, or 16 is love. No, sorry, 16 is love. I'll have to look up 6 again. And 11 is judgment, okay? But I suppose that can be an evil either way, because judgment can come in good form and bad form, okay? Anyway, I was then led to look up fingerprint, and it being the middle finger, okay? So I have a few notes here. I said a prayer. And I'm going into parts of the dream, okay? So before that, like, because I'd just woken up, like, I was just putting the notes down, okay, just so I could remember bits and pieces, so it's a bit of all over the place. But throughout that dream, like, after that situation, the dream switches, like, so it's next vision, okay, because I see these ones as visions because they're so small. Me and my dad were putting a flooring down, okay, some vinyl floor, okay, so you can get vinyl tiles, I love them, okay, and me and him was putting them down, but there were parts that wouldn't stick, okay, because of some obstacles, and then I put in brackets wires, okay, and someone came and moved a piece, like a vinyl piece, out of the way. So my dad went looking in my cupboard for another tile, and the floor was also wet, like it was, when you touched it, it felt like it had a wetness to it, okay. So I looked up fingerprint, obviously identity, use it on your hands, it's a part of your hands, sorry, your ligaments, okay. Index finger, nope, it's the middle finger, okay, between the index finger and ring finger, so it's the third finger, okay. As I said, there was this time between 1 and 3 as well, okay, so that seems to have some kind of relevance as well. So the third, okay, like when I had this dream, it was between the 2nd and the 3rd, to be honest with you. So the dates kind of added up at the same time as well, which is totally crazy, but not crazy all at the same time, because God works in different ways. Yeah, so it's a bit, yeah, it was the 3rd, because when I get to that part, you will understand what I'm saying, okay. Sorry, notes all over the place, guys, bear with me. So I looked up, like, the other meanings that was there. It says used as a swear word called flip the bird, resemblance of an erect penis, excuse the language, or together with the index finger it makes a V as a swear, okay. And then I did my prayer, and then I looked up my dad's name. My dad's name, even though he's no longer on this plane with us, is Junior, but spelled Junia. Or you could say Janiah, born in June. It came up with, it says youthful, and in the dream he comes in as my dad, or he could either be as my dad, as this person who's born in June, or something that's going to happen in June, or it's showing youth, or it could be the Father, my Heavenly Father God, at the same time. This time round he came as my dad to portray God himself, okay. Laying flooring, laying a foundation, okay. As you should know, like, making a foundation, laying your foundation on a solid ground, okay, even though there was water there. Banged lip, fallen, bump, lip, talking, eating, can't talk, and pain, okay. Those were the things I associated with the banged lip. and then the skin on my finger was peeling. Okay, so this is why the woman says I must come back. So I looked up in general, peeling will stop when the skin is fully healed. Okay, and it says from mild to moderate, which it was on my finger at the time, says within 7 days. Okay, so if I'm calculating from the day this was, which was the night time of the 2nd to the 3rd. Okay, so this was the 3rd day, and 7 days away would be the 10th of August. Okay, so in this I got issued into my spirit that we should be mindful at this time. Okay, because it seems like there's people who are after our identity. Okay, or your identity. So be careful with your birth certificates, your licenses, anything that's got anything, your national insurance numbers, whatever it may be. Make sure that you have them in places that you know where they are and nobody else knows where they are. Okay, so that they cannot be stolen. Your bank cards, whatever it may be, put them away. Okay, do not have them out or anywhere that anybody knows where they are. Okay, so yeah, that was within the 7 days. So going back to the lip part, that's like it got banged, and then my hand with the identity, it's like it's saying when this happens, you won't be able to speak about it. All right, you won't be able to come up against it because you'll be in too much pain. Right, there'll be pain. This is going to cause you some pain because maybe you need to travel somewhere, maybe you need to prove your identity in some way for something, and they've taken these things away from you. Okay, so there's probably somebody who's out there whose name and identity is being used right now. You need to be very careful, because this person can be parading around as you, like an imposter. And he's saying to be very, very careful, very, very vigilant when it comes to your important documents and papers and things of that nature. Okay, with the part about my dad and me laying the floor, he was laying the foundation. Okay, so God was laying the foundation with me. He was working with me. He was partnering with me. But there was wires. Okay, when you think of wires, you think of entanglements. Okay, when you think of entanglements, the first thing that probably comes to mind is the most celebrity induced entanglement you could ever think of, which I'm not going to mention here. So there could be entanglements with other people, men, women that you shouldn't have entanglements with. That's not helping your foundation, helping you to build this foundation with God, right? So also, there are people who are stealing, as I said, the identity thing. Someone came and stole a tile, all right, a vinyl tile, but God is replacing those things. Okay, anything that has been stolen from you, he shall replace it. Okay, he says he will give you living waters. Okay, so in this foundation there was water. The floor was like water. It was like living water that he was giving me at this time. Okay, but we just need to get rid of the entanglements, the things that are not supposed to be there within our foundation. If you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, you're speaking to people, communicating with people that you shouldn't be communicating with, you need to cut those things off. Okay, to make sure that you are in right standing with God, so that he can partner with you, so that he can build the foundation that he's trying to build with you at this time. Okay, and if there are people who are stealing from you and you know that they are stealing from you, you need to get away from those people anyway. You should never be around anybody who's going to do those things to you. But there could be people who are doing it silently and he can see, and he is the one who is going to replace those things back to you. Okay, he went into my cupboard. He knew exactly where the things were, okay, to replace this flooring. And it helps as well because one of my tiles downstairs actually need replacing. So he was telling me at the same time, I need to replace that tile, you know. So he speaks in ways that, you know, he will meet me exactly where I am right now, okay, to get a message across to me in the way that he can. Before this part, there were two people who was having sex right in the window ledge, and I walked out disgusted and said I thought that he said that he was going to get rid of her, right? So this can be another entanglement. You probably know that your person is out there with somebody else, and instead of him being rid of this person, he keeps on falling into this behavior. Okay, but he's saying it's going out the window because these people were on the window ledge, like they was literally on their way out of the window. So he's saying that this sexual immorality is almost on its way out, okay, but it's gonna try and creep back in, okay, but it's not going to work. It's not gonna prevail, okay, and the plans of the enemy will fail in that light, okay. That's, if I can think of the right word to say, they're going to fail, okay. Any plans that they have in that area is going to fail. Anyone who's going to try and come up and try and get you to fornicate and do things like that, they are going to fail, okay. And this is what he's saying you need to do right now. Stay away from those things and fix your foundation. Yeah, so that was the gist of the whole dream, to be fair. Can I think of anything else? the skin peeling as well. He was saying to me that basically like a skin peeling, right? When you think of new skin, okay, when you see like with a snake, I know snakes are not really seen as good things, but when you think of a snake and it peels its skin, right, it has a new layer underneath. So he's saying you got a new identity. You need to peel off this old identity, okay? This old identity is being burnt away, okay? So he needs you to really hone into what he's trying to do with you, okay? What he's trying to do in your life and the things that he's trying to do with you and your person as well at the same time, okay? So whilst you're doing the work, he should be doing the work also, but he's going to have slip-ups. He's showing you the things that he's battling with, so pray for your person as well, because they are dealing with the spirit of Jezebel, sexual immorality, things like that. They keep on getting sucked into that and they need help, okay? And that's the end of this word. So ciao Bella, have a great day.